Right now on KGW News, the man with a machete.
I think that we're all frustrated.
And that's not the only site that has neighbors around this park saying it's time they fought back. Also tonight, another Portland park, a memorial to first responders, now ripped apart by vandals. Plus, the Hops need $20 million, and they need it fast.
We don't want to relocate the team. Obviously, we're invested in Hillsborough.
Why they're scrambling to fund a new stadium or be forced to sell.
It's more than just baseball at this point.
Dad later, who brought their lunch and who's left picking up the crumbs. Week 2 of Friday Night Football. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Friday. I'm David Molko. We begin tonight with the future of the Hillsborough Hops. Up in the air, with some fearing this weekend's games, the last of the season, could be their final hits and home runs in Hillsborough ever. Let's bring in Alma McCarty. Alma, the Hops need a new ballpark. They don't have enough money. Why not? What's going on here?
Well, David, this comes down to them not having an adequate stadium, at least according to the MLB. The league is requiring all of its teams to make certain upgrades. The Hops had planned to build a new stadium, but a big chunk of the funding didn't come through.
Friday night, fans fill their cups and fill the seats, settling in for a night of baseball.
Probably played for about 6 years, so it's probably my favorite ever, and I love coming to these games because it kind of ups my baseball knowledge.
Selena Griffith and her son, Braden, live close by, so coming to the game was a spur-of-the-moment decision.
Having the Hops here has given us something to do in this small town, in this small area. It really brings something big to this town.
Something to do that's easy to love.
I love the Hillsborough Hops because the fans are amazing, the staff that works here is amazing, and the Hillsborough Hops have contributed so much to the community.
And as much as fans love this ballpark, the MLB requires a change.
120 teams throughout the country signed the same exact agreement. We all have to meet the same standards.
Standards for the stadium that Hops president and GM K.L. Wambacher says would require them to build a new facility.
All of the new requirements are player development related. So these are professional athletes, professional baseball, they're developing into big leaguers.
The price tag for a new stadium, about $120 million. A big chunk, more than $80 million, coming in from private funding. An additional $18 million committed by the city of Hillsborough through a lodging tax. That leaves a $20 million funding gap. One the state was going to fill during this last legislative session. But that didn't happen.
If the funding doesn't come through, MLB has the opportunity to force us into selling the team or relocating the team. We don't want to relocate the team. Obviously, we're invested in Hillsborough. We all live in Hillsborough. But if we sell the team, it would be up to a new owner. The new owner can't play here, so they're not going to have a choice. They'd have to move the team.
That curveball, nothing short of devastating.
It would be really heartbreaking to not have the Hillsborough Hops here over $20 million.
Take it from Steve Calloway, the mayor of Hillsborough.
The void that it would leave, not just on a beautiful summer evening, not just in the memories, not just in the creation of the next generation of fans, but in the social impact, is huge, and it just won't be replaced in any other way.
Local leaders and the team encouraging fans to reach out to state lawmakers like Senator Janine Salmon, who's working to secure the funding before an end of September deadline.
This is going to be a real grassroots opportunity for people to get involved and say what this investment will mean for them and for the future of the Hillsborough Hops.
Again, losing the Hops, I'm told, would mean losing much more than a baseball team. It would mean losing a community partner that's provided scholarships, internships, nonprofit support, a sense of belonging, and so much more for the last decade.
Yeah, part
David?
of the community. Let us hope this gets the word out to help them meet that deadline. Thanks so much, Alma. Let's get you caught up on tonight's other headlines now. A driver has been arrested for hitting and killing an elderly man. This happened in Albany this morning on Southeast Waverly Drive and 47th. Police say the driver first ran onto the curb and then into a crosswalk where 85-year-old Percy Kropp was crossing the street. James Howe is now charged with driving under the influence and manslaughter. Vandals have caused severe damage to Portland's Firefighter Memorial Plaza. That space, which honors the city's fallen firefighters, is in southwest Portland, just off of Burnside. The association that manages it says it was vandalized on Wednesday. Whoever did it removed commemorative nameplates and stole 6 brass pieces. The nearly century-old limestone flooring you can see has large cracks filled with bits of debris. They're asking anyone who witnessed that vandalism to please reach out to police. And as the strike continues in Evergreen School District, the union representing teachers says the superintendent is now threatening to withhold pay if educators do not return to work on Monday. The district responded with a statement saying while it would not withhold any pay on a permanent basis, it would delay paychecks if they did not return. Teachers there have been on the picket lines since last Wednesday. Well, neighbors who live around Northwest Portland's Cooch Park held a rally today to show solidarity. They say illegal activity has escalated over the last couple of weeks. That's when a guy carrying a machete showed up. A neighbor gave us a photo of him sitting on a cement wall near the playground there, where he allegedly threatened people with the weapon. This was on top, folks say, of persistent illegal camping and open drug use. Neighbors say the city has been slow to respond, so now they are taking action.
It's pretty sad. It's sad. I'm hoping neighbors getting together can perhaps change things. We can make a presence in the park and take our park back.
Police said they didn't have probable cause to arrest the man with the machete, but they did confiscate the weapon. PBB says they have also ramped up patrols in and around the area. After nearly 40 years of business, Northeast Portland's Nike Community Store is officially shutting down. The store has been in the historic Albina neighborhood since '84 and has donated millions to that community in that time. It abruptly closed its doors last November, Nike says, due to theft and safety issues. Today, that decision became permanent. This comes after the city declined the company's proposal, which asked for dedicated off-duty police officers to provide security. The mayor calling the move disappointing after working in good faith, he says, to find creative solutions. Nike says they are still considering future locations in the neighborhood. With fall approaching, so is flu season, and local pharmacists say September and October are the best months to get a vaccine right before peak flu season begins in December. That's especially true if you spend time around kids or the elderly. And while the flu shot is not 100% effective, it can make symptoms easier to manage. If you're 60 and older, the CDC also recommends you receive a single dose of the new RSV vaccine. We're also expecting federal approval for the new COVID-19 booster soon, with shots likely available later this month. You're watching KGW News, and up next at 11, growing pains at a Portland school have parents worried why the district plans to bus a whole high school across the city for years. Plus, Orlando's got the punt fakes, pick sixes, and big turnovers under the lights. Friday Night Football, just moments away.
And it was a great night to be out there at the local stadium. It's really beautiful. Still is. Clear sky outside. It's not that cold either. Still 67 degrees. And if you're up super early tomorrow morning, there's a comet that should be visible with the naked eye. Its name is Nishimura. I'll let you know where to look and what the challenges are.